Thanks, Steve. So, needless to say, just really, happy for everybody in our program and really, really happy and proud of our football team. Thought they did a great job in all phases, so it was truly a team effort. Came into this game with total respect for Northwestern. They've been competitive in each and every game, despite their record, and have played hard. And we've had our times with them as well. So, no way expected us to control all three phases the way we did. So, credit goes to our players on that. And again, just good to get in the win column offensively. I thought we were really balanced. A lot of guys made contributions statistically, and then, just overall. Defensively, they had a good day. I was just told, I guess, 7 different guys get sacked, so that's a real credit to the guys, too. And they were working hard, and glad we were able to contain their back. He's been really productive this year. Quarterback's giving him a little bit of a lift, so thought our guys really played well there. And then special teams, some good things out there, obviously, minus that one punt. And, credit to Drew, especially for the field goals. That last one was right where LeVar said, his line was, and Drew had a really nice kick. So again, really happy for our guys, proud of our guys, happy with the way they pushed forward, and just went back to work last week. Did a good job, good to win, obviously. And, just one thing that never changes in football, losing, it stinks, and winning is a really good feeling. So our guys needed to experience that. And so we're right back. We got 4 weeks left here right now. Conference play, but the biggest thing is, we're moving into November, and November's about playing your best football. That's what it's all about. So that's got to be our goal. We'll look at the tape tomorrow, learn from it, and then turn our sights to our next opponent. But hopefully, we're playing our best football as we move forward.
Kirk,
throw it out. Yep. Sure. No.
The script seemed to really marry the performance, especially in the first half offensively. You're able to score on all 4 possessions. Everything lined up. Is this as good of a game as you've seen this year? And what seemed to marry so well together offensively?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you why, but yeah, no question. This was our best, offensive performance, and just when you can play it balanced and it starts up front. I think we certainly blocked better today, more productively that way, both run and pass, and gave Spencer some protection where he could set his feet a little bit and work through his progression. So, a lot of good things there. And then, if we can run and pass, obviously we're a better football team doing that as well. So it was just, it was good to see that. We've done some good things along the way, but this was, by far the best collective effort we've had.
When did you get sold on Spencer, that Spencer will be your guy this week? Have you known since Monday, or was it a midweek thing?
No, just what I said Tuesday. We'll go through the week and make that evaluation. And, we went through Wednesday and, felt like he was the best option. Again, it's not a knock on Alex, and as I've been saying, I think it's probably more about the support that either guy has had. And last week was no difference. It's hard to play quarterback if you don't get help from everybody. And I'm not trying to kick the can down the road a little bit, but not that they were perfect. But it really works better if you get a little bit more help.
But what sold you on it? Being Spencer, I guess.
Probably. Consistency, the things that we look at practice every day. There's nothing really dramatic, and maybe we made the wrong choice. I don't know, but we'll never know. But I think Spencer did a good job, and credit both those guys for the way they work.
What prompted the thought process with the offensive line and the changes you made this week?
Probably the biggest thing, and it probably resonated with me, that first third down last week. Connor's been, we moved him out to tackle, as and he's really been practicing well and improving well during the last, several weeks. But, you get into live action, and all of a sudden, if you revert back to some habits, and not a bad habit, but it's just, when you're playing guard, there's a little different mechanics and footwork that go with that. And, that was that first third down last week, just kind of like hit me in the head that, maybe it's time to consider. And then Jack came in and did, help stabilize us a little bit. So he's played a lot of football for us, and I think he had a great week of practice. Anxious to see the film, but it seemed like we're a little bit more cohesive today, and hopefully we can build on that. That'll really help us.
Do you see left guard then as the new home for Connor Colby?
Yeah, probably. Keep our fingers crossed we can stay healthy. And, so those 5 guys that started the game, Ellsbury and then also DeYoung, are still probably the top 7 guys right now. And A year ago at this time, we went through the same thing a little bit. I felt like we started gaining traction in the last 4 games, so it'd be really good. Maybe we got a week jump on it this time. And, if we can stabilize that part of things a little bit, I think it's going to help us overall.
Kirk, even going back to spring, you guys have had receiver injuries, trying to get guys up to speed. It really seems like this week, it all sort of just started to come together, whether it be with Deontay, 8 different guys have a reception. I mean, how valuable is that to kind of have that versatility back and contribute?
Yeah, it really helps an awful lot. And, Luke made a great play down there on that 1 touchdown. Deontay had a couple near misses, which, hopefully that's going to come for him. And I know he was frustrated a little bit. But good to see him practicing and playing with us. I mean, that's been great. Brody seems like he's grown a little bit. As I mentioned, he's a young guy. So it is healthy to go along with Nico, and we had a couple runs and catches too, catch and runs instead of catching and falling down, and that helps a lot too. So it just helps everything go a little bit smoother.
Along with that, your quarterback in the first half, I think he was 14 of 18, but 3 of the passes were right there, and then another one was a throwaway, which was a good play.
Yep, was.
How good do you feel for him to be able to put that kind of together after last week and some of the other?
Yeah, and even ran a couple of times. It didn't look terrible, so that was good. But yeah, I'm really happy for him. Selfishly, he's it's rough. When we're not winning, that's rough for everybody. And then, he's been a little bit of a magnet for criticism or critique, and that's part of playing the position. That's part of playing the game. But just happy to see him. I think we all believed in him, and we believe in Alex too. Just going back to that, it's not like putting one against the other. But happy to have him have success, just like our whole football team. We needed it.
Coach, Sam Laporta said this was probably the most fun he's had all season. Is this the most fun you've had all season?
Yeah, I'd say that's easy. Yeah, no question. The guys did a good job, and as much as I think, just proud of the way the guys have stayed the course. And they've been practicing well. Not that we weren't practicing well, but there's at some point you hope there's a cumulative effect. No guarantees, but as I've been saying, that's the only thing I know as you go back to work. Hope everybody's focused. Hope everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And I'm sure it's this way in any sport. As a coach, you just never know. You never know, how every day is going. You know what you see, but you really don't know. And I think the response today by our guys says a lot about them.
88 rushing yards for Caleb Johnson. What did you see from him today?
He just keeps improving, and a couple of things to correct tomorrow. I know that. Some switching the ball a little bit in traffic, things like that. And there are a couple of them that looked like maybe he could have, taken it north a little faster instead of trying to go to the sideline. But he's done a really nice job, and he's growing with each week. Great attitude, and that's been consistent since we got going. He's just got a great attitude. He enjoys playing. You can see that when you watch him. Enjoys practice, too. So just, if he continues to grow, LaShawn did a good job, and hopefully we get Gavin. Hopefully nothing too serious with him.
I noticed he wasn't in uniform towards the end. What's the
tweaked his ankle, so hopefully it's not too bad. He didn't think it was, so we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Spencer's,
What's it like?
go ahead, Scott.
Okay.
What was it like for you to just be a part of a game this year, a win this year, where all 3 parts had such a good performance? It wasn't like you had 2 safeties or 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, no, outstanding. I mean, we just haven't had one of those yet, and that's what you're always hoping for. So, hopefully, this will give our guys confidence and, at least start building it a little bit. And, one thing I did tell them is sometimes, you can be really close to something you have no idea. And, unless you keep pushing, you'll never know. So, credit to our guys for, keeping their heads up, keep pushing. And, fortunately, today our execution is a little bit better. Be a whole new challenge next week, we all know that. But I do know this, if you're working hard in the practice field, studying like you should, at least you give yourself a chance, and just happy to see our guys have some success that way.
Spencer's first career home start was against these guys. You were up 17-0, and then you kind of melted down in the second half. Similar today, in one that you took a big home lead, but then you finished the job and you played really well. So I guess, does that give you a sense of the growth he's made over 2 years?
I hope so, because we've played these guys 2 years in a row, and I mentioned that at halftime, where we had a lead, and then all of a sudden we're fighting for our lives. In one case, didn't come out successfully. So, and that again, I'll go back to the statement I made about Northwestern. Outside of one game, they've been right there on every game, including a win in Ireland. So, we had total respect for them and understand if you're going to beat these guys, you got to play for the full 60. And outside of that one little, however many minute spurt that was to open the second half, I think we played pretty good football. left a lot to be desired during that, whatever it was, 3-4 minutes.
Spencer said Corey Taylor's Heisman chances.
Well, yeah. In his defense, the only thing I thought of, and I know they warmed up at halftime again, but it's a rare time when he hasn't had much activity, so maybe that threw him off. And if that did, I hope we make that a pattern. Be okay. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Spencer told us that he's gotten a lot of help from a sports psychologist, and I realize that that's nothing new for probably you guys or anybody, but
Yeah.
you a big proponent of that?
Yeah, I am, and I guess the first time I really kind of became aware of it was maybe through baseball. Read the papers, and I'm going back to the 90s now. I think it was the Indians were using, when I was in Cleveland, the Indians were into that pretty deep. If I remember correctly, the gentleman was from New Jersey. I can't give you more details. I got the article somewhere in my office. You want to look. But anyway, so, I know baseball has been probably in front of us, golfers. I know Zach Johnson's got a team, and there's a lot to be said for that. Just trying to keep a clear mind on what you're trying to do, and especially someone like him who's in a really, position where he's going to get critiqued a lot. So, yeah, I'm all for it. But, it's like anything else. You got to have the right people working.
It's even more difficult today, with the social media and just constantly, the negativity that he would have to face if he would just, turn on his phone.
Yeah, to say I feel bad for our players or just all young people right now, that's probably not the right way to describe it, but I think it's a real challenge. And, anywhere I go, I see people with their, not only younger people, but all people with their heads on their phones. Amazed how much they're missing in real life, and just talking to people with some of those things. But, people in sports, yeah, absolutely. And we try to encourage our guys to, budget their time. I'm not going to tell them not to go on social media, but be smart about it. And then the biggest thing is, I think if you're competing, performing, whatever, be careful about whose opinions you really are paying attention to, because they can do a lot of damage. And, we all have people in our lives who really care about, how they look at us and what they think. So hopefully our guys do that. But, it's a non-ending battle, that's for sure.
Kirk,
One or two more.
We've seen you guys, go through a multiple game losing stretch, but then finish off the season strong. You guys now are back in the winning column. How do you kind of keep that momentum riding? What's the key to kind of continuing to make that switch?
Yeah, it's all about the players and just, Sean Daniels is our captain. He talked about, a couple tough outings and Penn State and came back and won 3 against 2 ranked teams. So, he mentioned that yesterday. But it really just gets down to somehow you got to be mentally tough enough to put things behind you and stay focused on what's in front of you, and then focused on what's important. That's the biggest thing I can say. And the better you can do that, at least you give yourself a chance. And that's why they scheduled 12 games. The season wasn't over last week, so we'll be right back in the same situation tomorrow. Try to learn from what we did, good and bad, and then shift our sights to the next opponent and try to keep it right there. And that's like social media. That's a real tough battle to face too, but the better people understand, just let's worry about what's in front of us, the better chance we have of doing something like that. And the teams that have done that well have done that. They've had mental toughness, they've stayed together. And we've had seasons too where it didn't go so well. And it's always a possibility. So, but one thing I've felt good about going back to January, I think we have a really good leadership on our team. And at least that gives you a chance to, keep everybody going the right direction.
You've had a lot of adversity over the last month. On the field, off the field, family, people talking a lot. What did it feel like to be able to go in the locker room and celebrate with the team, have everybody be so happy in that moment?
Well, yeah, first of all, we all signed up for this, and I say that all the time. We all, we're here by choice, and, couldn't imagine doing anything else. And I think our players feel the same way. But, yeah, that's like I said that with the staff the other day. One thing that never changes, when you win, you feel better. Like, things just feel better in general, and when you lose, there's no way to, there's just, and I guess if you get numb to it, then you might as well get used to losing, because that's what's going to happen.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Kirk.